You killed the adjutant? We are outlaws in the truest sense of the word now.
Yeah, we are, Ada. You know it. But first, Eridanos. Hopefully they'll still work with me.
We're now docked at Eridanos' luxury landing pad.
We do like luxury. Now, who do we bring? I think Max can stay behind. We'll keep Pavati though. And then we'll bring Ellie along for the ride. This looks nice. Here's our rust bucket.
Oh, Captain, it's beautiful up here. Could we get more jobs like this one?
Maybe so, Pavati. We'll see what the future holds. Slug sweepers. Are they the corporate guards?
Hello there.
Hi.
Hope your atmospheric entry wasn't too troublesome. As a guest of honor, you deserve the best in comfort. Sublight Salvage and Shipping Underground, or Slug, as we like to call ourselves, is delighted to welcome you to Eridanos. I'm the Grand Colonial Head, Bellhop. I'm here to grab your bags and direct you, the inspector, to the Grand Ballroom, which was the scene of the crime.
Of course it was a ballroom. Can you fill me in on the details of the murder?
I can try. I was the one who found Helen's body in the Grand Ballroom. Corpse wasn't in the best shape. Aside from that, I don't know a whole lot. Helen was supposed to host the unveiling for Rizzo's newest product, Spectrum Brown. Until you catch the killer, the unveiling's been indefinitely postponed. Helen's death has been a shock for many. A lot of people are inconsolable. Hell, even Black Hole Birdie, Helen's beau, has wandered off. Some folks think he had something to do with the murder, but I don't believe it.
I still don't understand why anyone would have it in for Ms. Helen.
We should ask if they're comping the minibar. This might take a while, if you get me.
Folks get heated when it comes to serials and their actors, I suppose.
So, first thoughts. The body was in bad shape. My first theory is going to be the body wasn't Helen. It was staged by Helen herself to stop the launch of Spectrum Brown for reasons. That's what I'm thinking. Was she a divisive figure, though?
Not particularly. But I think some folks were jealous of her success, or otherwise viewed her as a threat. Reckon how she came about her fame didn't help.
How did she combat that fame?
Why, she was a natural. People fell in love with her. She managed to wrangle up a following all on her own. She ended up about as famous and high-runged as your average VP, which rubbed a lot of Byzantines the wrong way. Actors ain't supposed to get preferential treatment. Let's see here. Oh, I already spoke briefly about the Spectrum unveiling, or lack thereof. It's still an awful shame. A lot of folks looking forward to that.
But you work for Slug, not Rizzo's.
I do. Rizzo's happened to rent out the Grand Colonial Ballroom from Slug for the unveiling. A nice mutually beneficial event. But the murder's gone and ruined that. Along with 9 out of 10 of my favorite cereals. Anyway, I think I've held you up long enough. Once you're ready, head down to the lobby. The ballroom is just behind the elevators. Meanwhile, I'll grab your bags.
What bags? We don't have bags. We just have enormous pockets that are filled with armor.
You're making fun, right? Your luggage, your belongings, kit, wherever you keep what you ain't wearing. You're still giving me a pretty blank look. Suppose it's none of my business, but do you just wear the same set of clothes all the time?
I mean, yeah, we just strip it from enemies' corpses, really, and wear whatever.
Well, reckon I can respect your candor, even if it scares me a smidge. Anyhow, I'll look for you in the Grand Ballroom later. Hope you can unravel this mystery, Inspector.
I'm hoping this is a fairly mysterious mystery. Like, there wasn't really a twist to Paralon Gorgon, but there wasn't supposed to be. so it was fine. Whereas this one is a secret, tricky murder mystery type thing, and therefore I demand twists and excitement and intrigue.
Do you have any idea how many bits I've
Now, let's
spent-
have a look at the map, shall we? So we have got a big old island over there, a couple of little satellites there, and then a couple here.
at the Grand
So-
Colonia?
Do we
Listen,
start off by just running around the map and seeing what's up? I feel like that could be fun. Can we jump over this without breaking our legs and dying? Up. No, it won't let us. Can we jump on here and jump over this without breaking our legs and dying? Nope, it's an invisible wall.
please, can't you see my face? There are genuine tears on it right now. Genuine. I've been here so long, it is affecting my psyche. I just want to leave.
I'm very sorry to hear that, sir. If you go up to your room, you'll be able to request a visit from a counseling mechanical.
So they're not letting people leave right now. Kind of makes sense if you got a murder investigation on the go. So, what have we got? We got a lobby.
Greetings, Inspector. No need to check in here. Your paperwork has all been processed. You should be able to find the Colonial right ahead.
Great. There's the Grand Colonia.
Oh my stars. This is the hotel? I only ever seen a place like this in periodicals. Or that one episode of Agent Khan.
Cool. So Pavasi's happy. But now that we're out here, perhaps we can run off in random directions. Is there a waypoint though? Let's stand in front of the door and see if we get a fast travel point.
Horrible. I can't believe someone so famous as
There we
Alcyon
go.
Helen could meet a fate like this.
We'll get that first. Now we'll run off to random spots. Okay, so this is the island that's one big building that's locked off by the look of it. Or am I going the wrong way? Where am I on this map? I'm losing track. Oh no, that's going to this way. So hotel to distillation. Okay. Right, so that's where Rizzo's produce their Spectrums. Spectrum Brown and all the rest.
Wow. The adjutant's own hired gun.
That's us. Pay no attention to anything that may have happened to the adjutant in the meantime. So distillation. And then there's a bridge from distillation to there. So let's go and have a look at that. Okay, so this is leading to Pilot House. Very good. Oops.
Not so fast. What do you think you're doing?
Sorry, Amelia. Doing whatever I
You're
want. mate.
lucky I've already filled my quota.
No, you've got a name. So stealing that was actually rather good, because it's told us that you are an important person.
Move along.
Okay, you don't want to speak to me though. Very well. We'll have to be a bit more careful about what we pilfer. So, Pilot House. It's down there somewhere. Oh good, it says on the map. It tells us specifically. It doesn't give us fast travel points just yet. But it tells us which bridge leads where, so that should help when it comes to navigation. Now this building looks nice. Some sort of fancy conservatory or something. And then we've got the scenic
It's
deck.
real pretty up here. Almost like they cut out a piece of Terra 2 and brought it up to the sky.
So now I'm facing that enormous island that's off in the distance. We've got a bridge over there. The sun parlour. Lovely. And there's a greenhouse terminal with the options to mix chemicals. Brominating oxalator, blue watercolouring, and brominating oxalator again. Why would we want to mix the chemicals? That sounds like some sort of puzzle. Pool cleaner. Blue watercolouring, 422. Plus Chloransol plus hydrogenate. Okay, so it's not a terribly complicated puzzle. So, but each one only holds certain stuff. Okay. So that one is Chloransol, which we need. That 2 is blue watercolouring, which we need. So that 3 needs to be changed to hydrogenated deforminator, I guess. So it's not blue. It might be the green one. No, that's muriatic acid. So that one can only be 4, 3, or 2. So that one has to be the blue water stuff then. So this one has to change. Red, we've already got over there. What's number 5? Hydrogenate defoamer. So that should make pool cleaner. Lovely. Where's that spat out? Anywhere? This tinkering is probably unnecessary at this point, but hey ho. Rizzo's employee terminal. Yep. Use the console to create a compound. Ah, and it tells us in here what they are. So we could have just looked at this then. 1, 4, and 5. Any opportunistic freelance that reads this should meet me on the hotel balcony. I have a business opportunity. Well. Maybe we shouldn't have tinkered with this just yet then. I was thinking it would just give us a chemical. But maybe it is filtering stuff into the pool. And someone was going to give us a mission to actually put something else in the pool. For reasons of their own.
Did you hear that?
Now, this bridge leads us to the wilderness. Doesn't look terribly wild. Why would they call it the wilderness?
How'd you do that so fast?
Does that just lock this door, or does that open up the bridge? No, it doesn't. Yeah, I feel like we're not getting across any of these bridges until we've gone into the hotel and accepted our mission. But nonetheless, we are edge checking this entire main island first, just to get our bearings. It's not an enormous island, so it's fine. The auto-mechanical deck is up here. It's got a gardener robot. And that's about there-ish. Where do you take us, friend? To the orchards. Oh yeah, there we go. There's some trees over there somewhere. Very good.
Anyone up for a game of sudden death knockout? Yeah, me neither.
Oh, there's the pool.
Whatever that is, it'll kill more than bacteria.
Right, so the pool is currently being dealt with.
Oh, you're that inspector. Right. Sorry, but the pool's currently closed on account of it stinking worse than my boss. What can I do for you?
Why is the pool green?
Space me if I knew. I got here from my shift this morning and found it this way. They can't yell at me for this one, which is good, because a lot of folks seem upset by it.
This morning, so just before the Spectrum Brown launch, is this tied into my mystery?
Gee, you're pretty sharp. Yeah, the reception party would have extended out here, but we had to close it off. What with the contamination. And now the reception ain't happening anyway. Can't do much now but wait for the stench to wear off. We found the individual hired to clean face down in a puddle of his own spit in the orchards. Guess he won't be helping.
I mean, we can help. We found the sun parlor earlier and mixed something for the pool.
Wow, they should have just cut out the wage garnisher and hired you. Why don't you add your mix to the pool doohickey over yonder? That's usually what the last guy did.
Yeah, heck with it. We're going to do that right now rather than go and speak to that person on the balcony. We'll probably speak to them anyway if we can. But there we go. We have cleared the pool. Oh no, now we can't speak to them. Very well. So, we got Sprats. Irion was here. Is there anything else we can do? It seems not. Well, either way, it's done.
Oh, thanks a million, Inspector. The smell cleared right up. Well, in a couple hours, the guests might even be back. Then I actually gotta start doing my job. Of course, we're not gonna get a follow-up shipment for the water anytime soon, so they'll have to content themselves on the deck. I got a little something for making my job that much less miserable. It's the key to our storeroom.
Cool.
If my boss asks, you never met me.
Met who? Nope, no one. I feel like this is worth a bit more than that.
I guess I can spare a few bits. And, here, this pack of smokes. Sorry, they don't really load me up with the goods. I gotta get back to it if you don't mind, Inspector.
Cool, thanks for the bits. I don't need them, but thanks anyway. So we've completed a side quest before we're even heading into the main hotel. Pavasi is probably extremely impatient at this point. And here we go, hotel to spaceport. So the spaceport is our final island. Okay, and we cannot contact Cedric Kincannon, which is probably good, because we don't know who that is. Are they in the spaceport? Do we have to speak to them to get access? Maybe. I was kind of hoping to pick up a few more fast travel points out here, but that doesn't seem to have occurred. But we may have finished our tour of the outside of this main island. So there's a sealed door. Is this just leading back up to where we came in? Maybe. Yeah, it is. So let's go back to the hotel. Okay. We've got an image of some sort of corporate mascot, I guess.
I wish I'd worn my muddy boots and the jacket with holes in it. Can you imagine the looks we'd get?
All of your jackets have got holes in, Ellie. Now, there's
Murder
reception.
has inflicted severe emotional trauma on me. I demand a room upgrade.
What a prick. So, lounge. Looks to be locked. Again, this might be the case of everything is locked
10 bits. This is all just some sort
until I make some sort of progress, but well, let's see. We're out in here. Concierge's room. Guest complaints. Let's have a look. Floor beneath was occupied by Rizzo's Rangers. And yeah, they cause a ruckus. Who'd have thought it? Mechanical menace. A clanking passing my room every night. Let's have a look. The Burbage 3001. Is that the one that starred in Titus Androidicus? I've been paying attention to the loading screens. Okay, so Helen's just been a normal sort of person pretty much, but her unusual consumption of food and drink. She requests a lot and frequently. 6 sandwiches, 2 Burberry shakes, 2 Burberry liquors. No sign of what she's ordered, so... Is she ordering a bunch of stuff and then giving it to poor people? The workers, perhaps, or something like that. I'd say. Who is Spencer Woolrich? 315 different service requests. His entire wardrobe from Terror on Monarch. 5 gallons of each spectrum except black, which he wants 50 gallons of. And let's see, and all sorts of other gubbins. Okay, so he's an asshole who doesn't accept that he's been eclipsed by Halcyon Helen. Now, Black Hole Bertie Holcomb. Toss balls, sticks. New clothes. Keeps ripping his shirts open because... I don't know. No drugs, though. Okay, so we've learned a few things. Seems like Helen was a good sort all round. And here we go. Investigation in progress.
Bertie's disappeared, you know.
We are allowed in.
Must be inconsolable.
And here's a bod.
Oh, thank the law. Inspector, you don't know how relieved I am to see you.
I get that a lot. Yeah, we spoke. You were the sensible one on the conversation that we had back on the ship ages ago.
Constable Maria Keene. It's good to meet you in person, Inspector.
Dr. Goodnight. Ecstatic to make your various acquaintances and so on. Are we finished with the pleasantries? There's something I'm excited to show you.
Why are you all masked up and everything, Dr. Goodnight? Is it too much of a stretch to say that this is Helen in disguise? What do you got for me, Doc?
An extraordinary contraption. You'll love it.
Our coroner has developed a device which may prove useful in your investigation. Our office has instructed her to hand it over to you.
Our office has instructed her to hand it over to you. Oh, please. You make it sound as if I'm turning over stolen goods. Behold, my discrepancy amplifier. Hold it in your hands. Feel the way it hums
Clues.
with ontological potential.
Some sort of scope modified with a computing device.
I work with the materials to which I have access. Halcyon has no shortage of rifles.
Well, that's true.
The discrepancy amplifier uses a deterministic model of our universe to detect the discrepancy between what should be and what actually is. Then it renders any discrepancies visible by using the power of magnification.
So it's a magnifying glass.
Yes, it's a magnifying glass, but an extraordinarily powerful one. It looks through the glass of reality itself.
I'm contractually prohibited from endorsing off-brand technology, but I'll bend that rule just this once. You'll want to peer into the amplifier and examine the crime scene.
We can do that. So, is it a gun? Does it sit in a slot? It does. Okay. Right, so we can scan Helen. And we can see footprints.
The discrepancy amplifier is now operational. Greetings, designated inspector and/or unauthorized larcenist. This unit has detected a discrepancy related to Halcyon Helen. Unscheduled expiration of. Begin amplification.
So you've been designed with a modular analytical system. What else can you do?
The discrepancy amplifier has been programmed with advanced speech recognition,
Good.
scientific analysis, and deterministic calculus protocols.
So we can talk to it.
Oh, you'll love this. Amplifier, tell the inspector about your features.
Please do not interrupt the discrepancy amplifier. The discrepancy amplifier is programmed to take instruction from its registered or designated inspector.
How curious. I must have set its impertinence levels to flagrant.
This unit's features include an automated personality simulator. This unit has been programmed to simulate joy and satisfaction in assisting you.
Good. Let's talk about this discrepancy then, shall we?
This footprint stands out from the normally spotless floor of the grand ballroom. Typically, the ballroom is cleaned twice daily, which means this must have been made by either Helen or her assailant or assailants.
And do those footprints match any that you've got on record?
Footprint is a tailor-made 8.75, suggesting that its owner was very particular about their shoe size. It is also the exact size that Halcyon Helen typically prefers. There are traces of dirt throughout the footprint.
There's some purple berry in this dirt.
Excellent observation, Inspector. The following compounds have been detected.
Someone's been to the orchards, maybe?
Nitrogen-rich fertilizer, common grass. Grass, fertilizer, and purpleberries can all be found in the purpleberry orchards, located not far from the Grand Colonial.
So she must have been at the orchards before she died.
This deduction appears sound.
Good work, Inspector. I had a feeling we'd make some progress once we brought you onto the case. You'll need Administrator Ludovico to grant you access to the orchards. Contact him through the secure access terminal in your penthouse suite. Check in with the concierge. Your room should be ready by now. If it isn't, I may have to go shake someone by the collar.
Cool. So yeah, we're going to get access to various bits and bats as we go. Now, you need to be analysed.
Put that down! Are you crazy?
It's your analysis gun. It's cool.
Here we go.
Oops. Okay. Didn't realise it actually could do that. Constable Keene's notes. Curious. Now, what are you doing?
Nice one.
Okay, this doesn't appear to have instantly failed everything. Which surprises me somewhat. I feel we should also reload though, because... yeah. So why does this have a fire option? I guess while we're here we can read Constable Keen's notes.
What was that? No! Stay back!
Yeah. What is this all about? Why am I able to... does it just render people unconscious or knock them down or what? Anyway, let's have a look at those notes before we reload. Let's see. Yeah, the mission hasn't broken. The mission is still fine. Constable Keen's notes. I arrested Bert's teammates for unlawful disruption, but he wasn't there. And then someone brought a cow in from the wilderness reserve. Of course they did.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Timeline discrepancies. Yep. Now, there's Helen. There's her bit cartridges. So yeah, I can just scan people and press E to analyze. So, let's have a quick poke around the ballroom. So we've got Spectrum Brown. Helen there, ready to advertise it. So where did she come in from? And here's a bunch of Spectrum Brown. Can't analyze it. But we can steal it. It's evidence. Is it special in any way? Brown Vodka Blues. But also Brown Vodka Willies. So yeah, they were going to do the presentation up here and whatnot. So Helen was going to tell everyone about Spectrum Brown. A special secret ingredient that can't be found in any other type of drink. Might have something to do with a flavour-enhancing trifle at the bottle's bottom. So are they saying that there is literally a worm at the bottom of each bottle? Maybe someone's found out that these worms are actually extremely deadly and horrible. And therefore, they've set all this up so that nothing happens. Because if Spectrum Brown gets out there, then everyone's boned. So that's a door that just leads back out to the... So let's go out this door. Okay, so this just leads out in general. So Helen perhaps went from the orchards. Which were the orchards? That was wilderness. That's orchards. So yeah, she was over at the orchards, over that way. And then she came across, and she came in through here, and then she got murdered. That's assuming that she did get murdered, which we're not 100% sure about at this point in time. No clues on the way to the orchards, though, from the look of things. So we should probably go and see what our room's got to say for itself.
I knew I should have gotten her autograph. Well,
Why is everybody staring?
Right.
Didn't nobody teach them to respect the dead? Oh gosh, is that Miss Helen? Can we see?
Privacy.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but while the hotel is an active crime scene, I regret to inform you that all new bookings, room upgrades, room downgrades, and in-room massages are Oh, you're the special inspector. Mr. Kincannon warned me you'd be checking in soon.
That's me. Do you have my key?
Ah, yes. We are most pleased to offer you our grandest of grand accommodations, Inspector. The penthouse suite on our topmost floor is now available for you. The last guest left her belongings behind when she vacated unexpectedly, so we needed a little time to tidy the suite up for you. Simply call the elevator in the lobby and our highly skilled operator will deliver you to your private floor with efficiency and cheer.
Okay, so... Thanks, that's all for now, I think. So Helen had the room before us. There may well be some of her belongings.
Hello there, my inordinately esteemed guest.
Still there.
If my hello were any more earnest, this loudspeaker would explode. What authorized floor can I bring you to?
Yeah, let's go straight to the penthouse suite, please.
Next stop, the finest seat in the house.
And here we are. And the whole gang's here. Hey, Nyoka.
Even the air in here feels too sweet. Almost sticky.
I hope they're not putting drugs in it to make everyone happy and compliant. But yeah, we've got a whole base up here. So it feels, to me, like we're not leaving Eridanos. It's not like Gorgon, where we're going back and forth. We're basically staying on Eridanos until we've solved this mystery. So what we should probably do is get around to solving it.